Renee here with the DIY Day, and today I'm going to share with you how to create a glitter jar. Some people call this a glitter jar, others might call it a relaxation jar or a calm down jar or a STFU jar, but whatever you want to call it, it's totally up to you. The cool thing is it's glitter and it's fun to look at. So let's get started. Let's go over the supplies needed to make this jar. Right here I have food coloring. I got this in the baking section of my local grocery store. The colors that come in this box are red, blue, green, and yellow. I will be making a pink glitter jar, so I will be using the red. You'll also need craft sticks or popsicle sticks. I use these to stir all the ingredients together. Another ingredient that's needed for this glitter jar is glycerin. This one is by Soap Expressions. I believe they have it on Amazon, but I bought mine at my local arts and crafts store in the soap making section. The glycerin is needed because it helps the glitter swirl once it's in the jar. The next supply that's needed for this project is glitter. Right here I'm using 3 different shades of pink, and they range in size as well from fine, medium to a little bit chunky. The next item needed for this project is clear glue. The reason why we use clear glue is because it helps slow down the movement of the glitter while it's swirling around inside the jar. The next item needed for this project is a jar. I'm using a glass jar that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's about 4 inches high and 2 inches wide. It is glass, but if you're making this for a child, I would suggest using a plastic jar just because if they drop it, it won't crack and break. But then again, you might need a plastic one for an adult too, so use whatever you have. The last item needed for this project is hot water. And the reason we're using hot water is because it just makes things easier to stir when it's in the jar. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the jar of water 1/4 of the way up. The next item I'm going to add to the jar is clear glue. Again, the glue helps slow down the movement of the glitter, so you can use as much or as little as you'd like. I like the look of the glitter moving slowly, so I'm probably going to use about half of this glue. I'm going to remove the tip just so it's easier to get the glue out of there. And then I'm just going to squeeze this in the jar. So yeah, I used about a little over half of it. The next ingredient I'm going to add is the glycerin. Again, glycerin helps the glitter swirl around, so I'm going to put maybe about a tablespoon or 2 of this stuff. Again, you could always add more of this towards the end if you want more glitter movement. The next ingredient I'm going to add is the food coloring. I would suggest starting off with a drop or 2 of food coloring and then add more if it's needed. So there's 1 drop. We'll see how that goes. The next ingredient I'm going to add is the glitter. I suggest more glitter the better, but it's really whatever your preference is. The next thing I'm going to do is swirl all of the ingredients together. And this is what it looks like so far. I think it's been stirred enough. This would be the perfect time to either add more glycerin or more glue to your project if you find it's needed. Otherwise, it's time to fill the rest of the jar up with water. There we go. Now that the jar is full of water, I'm going to stir it one last time. The last thing I'm going to do is put the lid on. One last thing, if you notice that your jar is leaking, go to Home Depot and buy a gasket, and that will prevent the jar from leaking any further. Thank you so much for watching my glitter jar tutorial. For a list of supplies I use, please check out my blog. The link is in the description. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe below. Thank you!